Good morning, students. How are you all? Good. Okay. We are learning the lesson pollution of air and water. No. So the chapter number 8, pollution of air and water. So in this lesson, we are going to learn about the pollution. So here there are two types of pollution given. One is air pollution and then another one is water pollution. So in the last class we have detailedly studied about the air pollution. No. So in the last class we have discussed about the pollution. So first tell me, what is pollution? So pollution is an undesirable change occurs in the environment. So the simple definition for pollution is an undesirable change which occurs in the environment. Okay. So basically there are many kinds of undesirable changes. You know, one is air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution. So lot of pollutions are there. So in this lesson, that is the pollution of air and water. No? Here you are going to learn about two types of pollution only. One is air and then another one is water. So in the first class we have discussed about the what is air pollution. So now we know what is pollution. Okay, so we all know pollution is an undesirable change. So now tell me, what is air pollution? So air pollution is nothing but any undesirable change occurs in air. It's called air pollution. So air pollution is nothing but it is an undesirable change which occurs in the air. Which occurs in the atmosphere. It's called the air pollution. So now tell me, how does air get polluted? So it get polluted by so many reasons. Okay, by burning fossil fuels, by that is smoke, no, that is released from the industries. So what are the causes of air pollution? So the causes of the air pollution are industries, burning of fossil fuels, so vehicles, automobiles. So they are all releasing certain types of gases that affects the environment and causes air pollution. So these are the causes of air pollution. So next, effects. So if the environment get polluted, by some kind of gases that is not suitable for us, what are the diseases will cause? So it causes mainly first, if air get polluted, first it affects the respiratory system. Okay, so we are breathing the atmospheric air. If the atmospheric air get polluted, what will happen? Automatically we are breathing the polluted air. So if we are breathing the polluted air, first it affects our respiratory system. Okay, so the polluted air pollution causes respiratory diseases. Okay, so and then prevention. So how does it get prevented? So it is prevented by proper disposal. Okay, so then only we have to prevent the air pollution. So first we have to manage proper way for the disposal of air. So these are the concepts we have learned in our previous class. So first, what is pollution, and then what is air pollution, what are the causes of air pollution, and then the prevention of air pollution. Okay, now today we are going to learn about the water pollution. So in this lesson, briefly they are telling about the air pollution and water pollution. So in the first class we have detailedly discussed about the air pollution. Okay, so the remaining part is water pollution. That part only we are going to learn in this today's class. Okay, so now before we are entering into the water pollution, first we are going to see global warming. Okay, so I hope we are all know about the global warming. So tell me, what is global warming? What do you know about the global warming? So we know global means that gas increases the Earth's average temperature. So the global warming is nothing but the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere is gradually increasing. This is called as global warming. So global warming is nothing but the increasing of the, how does it increase? It gradually increasing the Earth's atmosphere. It is global warming. And then greenhouse effect. So greenhouse effect is nothing but the trapping of radiation of the Earth's atmosphere. So what is radiation? So radiation is in our sun. The sun emits radiation, no UV rays, no. This UV rays, it traps on the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so this is called the greenhouse effect. So greenhouse effect is nothing but the radiation which comes from the sun, no sunlight, no. This radiation traps on the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, it is called the greenhouse effect. And then greenhouse gases. So these are all the gases which causes global warming. So the gases are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, water vapor. So these are all the gases which causes the gases which causes global warming. So these gases are called as greenhouse gases. Okay, okay children. Now we are going to briefly learn about the global warming, greenhouse effect, and greenhouse. What are the greenhouse gases? What are the effects of it? Okay, so these are all the terms. Plus, additionally, we are going to learn about the water pollution. So now, in this class, these are all the concepts only we are going to learn.
Okay, first we have to learn about the greenhouse effect. So you all know that the sun's rays warms the Earth's atmosphere, isn't it? Yes, we all know that the sun ray it only warm the Earth's surface. So a part of the radiation, that is that the one part, okay, this one part of the radiation that falls on the Earth, it is absorbed by the Earth and a part is reflected back into space. Listen to me, that is the sun emits some kind of radiation, no? This radiation warm the Earth's surface, okay? So this concept we all know. We all know that simple concept, but here the radiation which falls on the Earth's atmosphere, so one part is absorbed by it. One part is absorbed by the Earth and the other part is reflected into the space where it is coming from. Okay, so a part of the reflected radiation is trapped by the atmosphere. So one part is the one part of the reflected radiation, it is trapped by the atmosphere. So the trapped radiation, it further warms our Earth. Okay, so the trapped radiation is further warm the Earth. So here, now tell me, if you have seen a greenhouse in a nursery or elsewhere. Okay, good. So recall that the sun's heat is allowed to get in it, but is not allowed to go out. So the trapped heat now warms the greenhouse. The trapping of radiation by the Earth's atmosphere. This is called the greenhouse effect. So greenhouse effect is nothing but, once again I'm telling you, that is you all know that sun's ray only warms the Earth's surface. This is a part of this radiation which comes from the sun, it falls on the Earth. So the Earth absorbed it, and then this part other part is reflected back into the space. Okay, so the part of the reflected radiation is trapped by the atmosphere. So the one part which reflected back to the space, it is absorbed by the atmosphere. So the trapped radiation, it warmed the Earth. Okay, so for that only I told you example of a nursery, that is greenhouse in a nursery, So in that a sun's heat is allowed to get in, but it is not allowed to go out. So this concept, it is in that the trapping of radiation by the Earth's atmosphere is called the greenhouse effect. So next we are going to learn about the global warming. So we all know that carbon dioxide is the one of the component of our air. So in the first class I told you that carbon dioxide is the one of the gas in our air. Okay. So what is the role of carbon dioxide? So carbon dioxide is mainly used for plants. Okay, so plants inhale carbon dioxide and it exhales the oxygen. Okay, that oxygen only we are inhaling and we are exhaling the carbon dioxide. So this is the role the carbon dioxide play in our environment. Okay, so in our lower classes you have briefly studied about the role of carbon dioxide in plants, I hope. So but if there is excess of carbon dioxide in the air, it acts as a pollutant. So in our atmosphere, the carbon dioxide present in very low amount. Okay, but if there is excess of carbon dioxide in the air, it acts as a great pollutant. See, in today's world, carbon dioxide is continuously being released because of human activities. So we are only creating the great pollutant to our environment by certain kind of activities. By doing this kind of activities, we are continuously releasing carbon dioxide into our environment. Imagine, so for example, deforestation. So deforestation is the major role. It plays a major role for the global warming. So how? Because plants only inhaling the carbon dioxide. No, if we are cutting down all the trees, all the forests, so if we are cutted all the trees, so what will happen? There is no other organism to inhale the carbon dioxide. If there is no any organism in our environment, so what will happen? Carbon dioxide getting increased. Okay, so we are only creating the pollutant to our environment. So our area, if forests get decreased, carbon dioxide get increased, and then globe get global warming, globe get warmed. So okay, so basically plants utilize carbon dioxide from the atmosphere for photosynthesis. So then only the amount of carbon dioxide get decreasing in the air. So if deforestation leads to an increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in the air. Okay, so because the number of trees which consume carbon dioxide is reduced. But human activities contribute to the accumulation of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So carbon dioxide traps heat and does not allow it to escape into space. Finally, the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere is gradually increasing. So this is called global warming. So I repeat, global warming is nothing but the the level of the carbon dioxide in our environment is increased. It causes heating up the environment. Finally, it causes global warming. So it is created by who? Us. We are only creating the great pollutant. Okay. Not only carbon dioxide, so other gases like methane, nitrous oxide and water vapor, these are also contribute global warming. So these are all these gases are known as greenhouse gases because they are the causes of global warming. No, so they are termed as global greenhouse gases. So next we are going to learn about the water pollution. So tell me, what is water pollution? Water pollution is there is any undesirable change which occurs in the water is called water pollution. If any undesirable change occurred in the water get polluted. and it termed as water pollution. So how the water get polluted? So what are the pollutant that causes water pollution? So there are many pollutants are there. For example, sewage water, that is some toxic chemicals which are released from the industries, silt, and there are so many pollutants are there. The pollutants causes water pollution. Okay, that this polluted water only we are drinking. Okay, so water pollution is nothing but the undesirable change which occurs in the water, and finally it termed as a water pollution. So the pollutants of the water pollution are sewage water, toxic chemicals are the major pollutants of the water pollution. Next we are going to learn about the case study about Ganga. So we all know the Ganga river, no? So now we are going to learn about the case study about the Ganga, and that is known as Ganga Action Plan. So we all know Ganga is one of the most famous rivers of India. So it sustains most of the northern, central and eastern Indian pollution. So millions of people depend on it for their daily needs and for their livelihood. So recently a study is done by Worldwide Fund for Nature, that is the abbreviation is WWF. So they found that Ganga is one of the 10 most endangered rivers in the world. So endangered means going to die. Okay, so they found that Ganga is one of the 10 most endangered rivers in the world. So the pollution level has been rising for many years. So we have reached this stage because the towns and cities through which the river flows there, so large quantities of garbage, untreated sewage, dead bodies and many other harmful things, it directly pour into the river. So in fact the river is dead at most of the places where the pollution level is so high that aquatic life can't survive. So, we all know Ganga is one of the one of the most famous river in India. But recently WWF, that is Worldwide Fund, found Ganga is the one of the 10 most endangered rivers in the world, because in that the pollution level have been increasing by throwing large quantities of garbage, untreated sewages, dead bodies and many other things that are directly into the river. So simply saying means the river is dead. Okay, so where pollution level is increasing, here there only the river get dead, and in that place aquatic life can't survive. So an ambitious plan to save the river, this plan is known as Ganga Action Plan, and this plan was launched in the year 1985. The main aim of this plan is to reduce the pollution level in the river. However, the increasing pollution and industrialization have already damaged this mighty river beyond repair. So now the government of India, our government is launched a new initiative known as National Mission for Clean Ganga. It is they have launched this plan in the year 2016. So they found that Ganga is the 10 most endangered rivers in India. Then our government plan to save the river. So this plan is known as Ganga Action Plan. So the main aim for this plan is to reduce the pollution in the river. Okay, so then our government launched a new mission, that is National Mission for Clean Ganga, and it was introduced in the year 2016. So let us take a specific example to understand this situation. So the Ganga at Kanpur, no, the Kanpur, it is in Uttar Pradesh. So it has one of the most polluted stretches of the river. So this Kanpur is the one of the most polluted town in UP, that is Uttar Pradesh. So people in Uttar Pradesh can see they are using river for bathing, washing clothes and defecating in the river. So they also throw garbage, flowers, idols of gods and goddesses and non-biodegradable polythenes into the river. So the people who are living in the Kanpur, that is in Uttar Pradesh, no, they are polluting the river by bathing, washing clothes and throwing garbages, flowers. So they are pouring by non-biodegradable polythene bags into the river. So at Kanpur, the amount of water is small and the flow of the river is very slow because there are a lot of pollutant. Okay, so the Kanpur has more than 5,000 industries. So next we are going to learn about the causes of air pollution. So many industries discharge harmful chemicals into rivers and streams, and they are causing the water pollution. For example, oil refineries, paper factories, textiles and sugar mills and chemical factories. No, these factories cause chemical contamination of water. So this chemical release include they are releasing arsenic, lead and fluoride. So they are all the toxic elements. If they are releasing these toxic element into the river, what will happen? The river or water is also get polluted. So it that leads the toxicity into plants and animals also. So there are regulations to prevent this. So there are some regulations to prevent this toxicity. So industries are supposed to treat the waste produced before discharging it into waters. Not only plants and animals are getting polluted, the soil is also affected by the impure water. It causes change in the acidity, growth of worms, etc. So it loses the soil fertility also. So have you seen ponds which look green from a distance? Okay. So how does it look green? Because they have a lot of algae growing in them. Isn't it? Yes. This is caused by the excessive quantities of chemicals which get washed from the field. So these act as nutrients for algae to flourish. So once these algae die, they serve as a food for decomposers. So the decomposers like bacteria. So then a lot of oxygen in the water body gets used. And then finally in the oxygen level gets decreased, and finally aquatic organisms will die. So it is also one of the causes of one of the reason of the water pollution. Okay. So the other reason is sometimes untreated sewage is directly thrown into rivers. So this untreated sewage wastewater contains food wastes, detergents, microorganisms. So these are all the wastes that contain the untreated wastewater. If this untreated wastewater also contaminate the groundwater level, that means underground water. No, this contaminated sewage water contaminates the groundwater also. Water contaminated with sewage, and this contain bacteria, viruses, fungi and parasites. Okay, and it causes so many diseases like cholera, typhoid, jaundice. Okay, so it causes, simply saying means it causes waterborne diseases. So the bacteria present in the feces of mammals, no, so they are the indicators of the quality of water. So if water has these bacteria, it means that it has been contaminated by fecal matter. If such water is used by us, it can cause various infection. Imagine, so the bacteria that is present in the mammal's feces, it is the indicator of the quality of water. So if water has these bacteria, it means that it has been contaminated by the fecal matter. So later this water is used by us, it may cause several various infection to us. Okay. So these are all the causes of water pollution and effects of water pollution. So next, what is potable water? So how the water is purified? So potable water is nothing but the water which is suitable for drinking purpose is called potable water. So you have seen how various physical and chemical processes in the sewage treatment plant, it helps to clean water before discharge it into water bodies. Likewise, municipal bodies treat the water before supplying into our households. So here, chlorination is a commonly used chemical method for purifying the water. So it is done by adding chlorine tablets or a bleaching powder to the water. So we must be cautious. We should not use more chlorine tablet than specified. Then in our many houses we are using boiling. Okay, so boiling kills the germs which are present in the water. So this is potable water. So potable water is nothing but the water which is suitable for drinking purpose. Okay, so it's called a potable water. It is done by various methods. The main process is chlorination. It is done by the municipal bodies, and the another method is boiling of water. Okay, so and then there are so many physical methods are also there for removing the impurities of the impurities which are present in the water. So this is about this is for your today's class. So in today's class we have learned about the global warming, and then greenhouse gases, greenhouse effect, water pollution, Ganga action plan, causes of water pollution and effects of water pollution, and then the prevention of water pollution, and then what is potable water, how it gets purified. So these are all the concepts we have learned in today's class. Okay, so I hope you all understood the concept very well. Thank you.